Hey Ron, what's up? What is up? See a lot of people here today. Glad you guys could join. So I got two cool friends with me today also. That we're gonna start with to introduce them. So first of all, we got Mattia, who is our AI programmer, and then we got Tom, who is our beloved gameplay programmer. Or was it the other way around? I'm gonna let them introduce themselves a bit, and hopefully they will get it right. So Mattia, hey, give us a couple of words on who you are, and yeah,
Yeah.
take it away.
Hey, I'm Mattia, and I'm AI programmer on Generation Zero. And I've seen the chat, but no, I'm not the lead designer, but I'm like the, I guess, lead AI programmer. And yeah, I started on Generation Zero after the release, but I've been on the team for like about a year now. A little bit more than a year, than 1 year. And then we have Tom.
Thank you, Mattia. So I'm Tom. I'm a gameplay programmer on the project. I basically work on gameplay features, and I've also worked a bit on UI-related things in the past. But I joined the project 1 year ago as well. A bit later than Mattia, though.
Well, there we go. Thanks, guys. So everyone in chat say big hi to Tom and Mattia, of course. Very happy to have them here. We got quite a lot of questions. I can tell you that. I was scouting Discord last week, and people seem very interested in what AI and a gameplay programmer can put together and what their game's all about. But before that, there's a lot of people in chat that say hey to. What's up, Lucid? Tenebree, of course. Jikes, two runners here after me. L'Oreal also, hey, which is also one of our dear friends from the dev team. Jens, of course, Mr. Jens Häggström, which is not really his real name, but still, having big troubles to let that go. So I'm just gonna run around and try not to die here, and we'll see if Mattia and Tom can answer all the questions that we gathered. Then gonna pull it off maybe a little bit easy with the gameplay question that we got. So probably since it's gameplay, I guess I'll address this to Tom then. Would it be possible to have less downtime in later game while looking for more machines to kill? And the talking specifically about maybe random events. Me personally, I think that would kind of be a really cool addition to the game where you could just roam, maybe a vast fields aware, and you have some kind of event going on, and you could maybe kill these machines, do this or that, and you would get some loot. Would that be possible, and how would work with that kind of look like, Tom?
Yeah, like from our perspective, that would definitely be possible, and it's an interesting idea to give players just random encounters with machines instead of just like things you plan ahead, because I assume that these random events will be, well, random, so you don't really choose when they happen and you don't prepare for them either, which is basically one of the main core features, core things we do in this game is planning ahead. Gameplay-wise, it's definitely possible, and to my opinion, it's a really great idea. I definitely want to see it in the game as well.
That's a really good answer. I hope whoever put that question in actually got a chance to hear it also. But yeah, it would be absolutely amazing. I think for endgame players would be very interesting to kind of have a little extra thing to kind of do while they're exploring the last things, or as Tenebree said, would offer some spontaneity to the general exploration. Yeah. So I think that would be very cool. Nothing that's in our roadmap right now though, but would be very cool to see one day. And you know what we used to say about, on a long enough timeline you will see everything in Generation Zero, so I guess all we have to do is wait around for a bit.
I don't think it's just late game either, because if you encounter them while doing some mid game stuff like a mission, it's a nice little distraction.
It really is, and I guess we kind of see half of it today already when we're out roaming around, and we can see Soviet and Phoenix machines interact with each other, uh, which I would call like a semi-random event, only that the player is maybe not as involved uh, as we would maybe like, or at least the person who asked that question would like. So, let's see, I'm just trying to stay alive here, there's a hell of a lot of machines. I was actually going after a rival up here, so maybe I should just scoot over there and kill the rival before getting killed. So, Mattia, we also have a question for you, actually, a specific AI-related question. So it's more, do you think it would be possible for the machine to use more tactics and variation, and making the machines take more use of their own strengths and weaknesses better? And sorry, before you answer, we're all gonna say that we work in very general terms here when we answer, all right? So we're not gonna really go into nitty gritty, and we of course are not gonna spoil anything that we're working on already. But these are questions that we found kind of interesting and that would be kind of fun to talk about, maybe in a more general sense. So yes, Mattia, what do you think?
Yes. Okay. So yeah, definitely don't want to be the Tom Holland of the situation where he spoils everything, and but no, yeah, that's I don't know, like I guess big general question, but like I guess it's not really like my field. When I guess it's more when designing the AI, making like decide what like tactics and what attacks is it gonna use. But it's definitely obviously like a combination of design and AI program like working together to see what's possible to do with like the tools that are available, and see yeah what is possible to do with AI. But the problem is, I mean, I have worked on the Wolf and the Lynxes. I haven't worked on the previous machines, but I know, for example, the hunters, they kind of tried to do like tactics with them. So they, same machine, kind of same weapons, but having like a different role. They have like three different roles. One is like the suppressor, which is just gonna stay like far and shoot, and one is the backstab. It goes around you and try to backstab you. So I kind of did that a little bit, but it's definitely not easy to achieve it, to make it actually feel that it's being smart. That's always the challenge about AI, actually making it smart, and also deliver it to the player. Because sometimes you do it, but it's player maybe can't really see it. Like it's, but yeah, I think that's what in every game, every like designer and programmer, they always try to do, make it like feel the AI, make it feel like smart, not just tool attacks, but using different tactics and user their like strength.
I agree that feel is very important, because yeah, you can make it how advanced you want, but unless the kind of player can grasp it, it's not much of a use maybe. So that's very interesting. I really think, and we all know what like bad AI can be very boring in games, and machines that cannot really act.
Yeah, especially
Or-
in like, oh sorry.
No,
Like,
no, go ahead. Sorry. go ahead.
in single player games, like if it's not a multiplayer game like PvP, where usually like it's the other players that make the game alive. In these games, like where it's against PvE, against AI bots, like it's the AI job like to make the world feel alive and interactable and fun. So it's definitely not a like, I mean, that's the main challenge. That's the job of the AI, So it's hard, but yeah, that's really what I like about AI, because they make the world feel alive.
So we actually have another AI question here, which maybe that we could check out, and a little bit more about your work, and kind of how you kind of do it. Well, not maybe how you kind of do it, but more maybe of the feel of it. So when you're coding AI, what's one of the biggest barriers you have to overcome?
Yeah, I mean, when coding AI, like at least it always, I guess, depends from like company, like depends, yeah, depends on the AI and tool and everything. But like I said before, yeah, I think especially like what do you, because usually there's like two different like meanings with AI. You have like AI systems, like I don't know, for example, how the machines are spawned around the world and like roam around. It's like more systems, not really enemies like characters. And then there's like the AI side of like the character where you just, you know, you gotta make the actual character with the attacks and animation and etc. So definitely like I think it's like a big challenge with characters, like to make them actually feel, you know, like smart, that they need to make the game alive and fun. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like, uh, if we go more in technical, like, I don't know if we should go more in technical point of view, but there's always like depends on the tools that are available. But usually, yeah, I would say, yeah, making the AI feel smart and actually fun to shoot at, because a lot of the time, you know, just shooting at something that stays still, it's not the, I mean, it's not very fun. So
No,
you
of
gotta,
course.
that's the challenge.
Yeah, I think we all agree. I really think we all agree. Oh, hey, we got Carney in chat now also. Carney, you're on vacation. Shouldn't you not be here? You should be out in the sun or you know, having a beer up in a mountain or something, whatever you do in Switzerland. Also got Della. Hi Della, didn't catch you either. A lot of people poking in the middle. So if you just joined our stream, we have AI programmer Mattia and we have the gameplay programmer Mr. Tom to join us here today. So I hope you got your questions ready. And if you're not, I do have some questions already prepared. So don't worry about that. So let's see if we can pick out something fun to ask our friends while trying to stay alive. I feel that I get a little bit overrun by all these machines trying to talk at the same time. I got to admit I'm not really good at doing more than one thing at the same time, so it's very hard for me to stay alive, which you've probably seen when I died now 3 or 4 times. So give me a sec, I'm gonna try to hide somewhere and we can move on a bit. Oh, Madman, you're here now. Alright, good. We've been waiting for you. Was just asking myself where's Madman at? Anyway. So this I think was kind of interesting. It's a bit of more a technical question maybe. I'm not a very technical person, but I thought it was kind of interesting, and I would love to maybe hear an answer. And the question also states he's not sure if it's related to the gameplay programming line of work. But anyway, it's about loot tables. Tom, do you have it with loot tables to do?
I've worked with them before, but not that much.
All right,
It's
but
usually they're set up by designers, but
of
I
course,
know
we'll
some stuff about it.
give it a try. Maybe if you don't know, you don't know. Then we can just make something fun up, and everybody can laugh at it and take it as truth. So, is it a flat increase of odds between higher class machines, or the odds stay similar but just loot quality increases? I think it's very important, very interesting, and we have a lot of questions of drop rates and how the loot tables work and all of that. So if this is in fact a little bit part of your work, do you maybe have an answer for that?
Yeah, like in general, like the systems allow us to do whatever we want. Like there's no real relation between machines or different classes, like having similar items they drop. But the way they're set up, I believe there's like a certain rule we try to keep in mind, which is basically the harder it is to kill, the better the loot you get is. And this can be anything like harder to kill machines can give better loot, as in higher quality, more amounts of loot, but also just new loot that you don't get with the lower classes, for example. So it doesn't force us to just increase the odds.
Alright, that makes a lot of sense. And hopefully we can clear that question forever now about how the loot is working. Because it's something that we often get. People very curious about that. So I'm happy that you actually could answer that, and it was kind of in your field at least. So me, I'm just stuck here in this house, barely seeing anything now with all these hunters outside. I'm gonna try to clear that a bit without dying again, which is actually one of my specialties. So did anyone find a holy grenade? I'm not sure if you're able to find a holy grenade in game anymore. It's a little a bit of an urban myth, that holy grenade. I do know for a fact that Alias maybe had one. How he got it though, no one knows. No one knows. So, Mattia, what do you think about friendly AI? Is that something you would like to see? Would it be fun to work with that? Would it even be possible to have a friendly AI?
I mean, we can hack machines, right?
That's true.
That's basically that. Yeah,
But-
exactly.
but-
That's your friend.
How friendly do they get if you hack them, though?
I mean, yeah, they help you, I guess, shooting. But no, I mean, I know a lot of players they want like a friendly machine. From what I know, it's requested a lot. But I mean, from my point of view, it's like when I usually play like certain games, I prefer to like explore and like find new machines and shooting them down. But I guess yeah, I see why it's cool also having like a friendly machine. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I can agree on that. But no, I mean it's something that we saw that player wanted to take in consideration, and there's definitely some challenges because usually like around like AI programming, it's one of the most difficult AI, let's say, because it should be always with you, like if it depends, if it's kind of like a companion, it should follow you, so it doesn't have to get stuck. And it's annoying when certain games you have like a friendly machine that gets stuck, or it's always behind, or maybe you go try to not enter combat, but you, I don't know, trying to do like stealth, trying to do it stealth, and then it triggers combat because the other machines, the other enemies, they look at, they can see it's definitely like annoying. There's like this kind of challenges, but otherwise it's definitely like something that is doable. Yeah.
That's very interesting that you said about the friendly AIs getting stuck and stuff like that. So what's up with all these NPCs that gonna follow you and during those kind of missions, and they're either slow as hell or they're gonna run a mile in front of you, and like your base speed won't be enough. Then I think we all laugh at that. Is that just maybe like a AI flaw, or is it that they just set the speed or anything? Do you know? I'm thinking about like games like Fallout, for example, where you encounter that pretty
that
much
one.
all the time.
Oh yeah, I mean, those usually, yeah. I mean, yeah. That's the most annoying, I guess, boring part in games when you need to follow the NPC going around. But yeah, a lot of the times, yeah, it's especially like if you have an open world game, you need to make sure that there's no obstacles, and it's also like trying to balance it with the player, because it shouldn't go super fast, otherwise the player might roam around a little bit to check something, and then we lose the AI. So it's definitely like just a little bit challenging balance it, or at that point it's just easier to make it slow and just follow the path.
All right. Well, now we cleared that too. But yeah, that's probably the most annoying thing, and I really think chat agrees.
Yeah.
I really do. Hey, all right. There's a lot of AI questions here, I see. But we're gonna get to you too, Tom, I promise. Maybe you want the optimization question instead. So, in the realm of optimization, what are some of the biggest tasks you had to take on? I'm not sure. Does the gameplay program involve a lot of optimization issues to handle?
Like, in general, like I haven't gotten like any task where optimization is the main focus, but optimization or like the performance of whatever you're making is always something you keep in thought, like in the background, because you don't want to make new features which will basically add 10 FPS or something, well, take 10 FPS or something from your game. So usually you just do it in the background, and for a gameplay programmer, it's an important thing because we basically make the features, and well, like other programmers as well. I think it's basically important in a general, like, as a whole. But like I said, I haven't done any tasks where it's the main focus. I think Julio has.
All right. Well, now I actually had a really follow-up question there that I kind of forgot when I was so busy trying to snipe here. Yeah, like you did say, you usually don't do like optimization or focused on that. What you want to tell us something that recently in like a past patch or something that you worked on especially?
Oh, you mean like as a general or?
Yeah, like a feature like that you've done and worked with
One that was already released, please.
Yeah, yeah. No spoilers. Save that for me.
I mean, I think the UI-related ones are already released, where it's the inventory sorting or the inventory
alright.
wheel are things I worked on. During the period I was working on UI as well. But gameplay-wise, I don't think I can talk about that yet.
Oh, look at that chat. Can't talk about it yet. What might that mean? Anyway, so UI stuff also is kind of interesting. It's like you're a bit of a jack of all trades here. Which I always think is very impressive. I'm stuck. Oh no, what happened? Oh no, he's standing in the wall. Ay. It's looking dark. Alright, so of course people send us all kind of crazy questions, but they can also be fun and also interesting and maybe not that much game related. So I know when we had Sushi and Henki here, I think it was Tenebri who asked about the favorite Swedish words to screw with people. But you got a bit more maybe sane or nicer questions. Since I'm just gonna guess now, so I'm guessing that Mattia, you're from Italy, and I kinda guess that Tom is maybe from the Netherlands. Or no, he's not from Netherlands.
Belgium.
Yeah, that was my second guess. So since you're both not from Sweden, what are your then maybe favorite traditional Swedish food? And if you don't have any traditional Swedish food, like you didn't have the meatballs, then maybe just your favorite Swedish food.
I mean, I tried, I think, most of the traditional Swedish food. I mean, I don't know how many there are, but like most of them, like the salmon and during midsummer, obviously meatballs with lingonberries and what else? What's it called? The shrimp salad. That's a good one. I like that.
Oh, the shrimp salad, the skagenröra.
So yeah, apparently they eat it only like during certain event, like funerals. I don't know.
Ooh, beats
I
me.
don't know.
I didn't
I
know
don't
there were any rules.
I don't know, but usually I think I don't know. That's what I heard, but no, I mean I like the shrimp salad. How it's called? I need to learn
Alright.
Swedish. I'm trying, but I am low key wanna try surströmming.
Ooh, I actually saw they were doing some kind of surströmmings party
Yeah,
here at work. Maybe you should sign up for that, or
exactly. Yeah, I'm
or
gonna
maybe
join that.
don't.
there's a lot of Swedish people that never tried surströmming, and they lived here their whole life. And
Yeah, I can tell.
I'm like, no, I want to try it. How bad
I
is it?
never had it. Like I had when I grew up as a kid, there was someone down our street who ate it and like it smelled up the entire neighborhood. And after that, I couldn't handle it. But you're in for a real treat if you're going to the surströmmings party. I'm sure you are. How about Tom? I know in Belgium they just eat these big fries, right?
In Belgium, the main food is basically fries. We have like a thing that you have to eat fries on a Friday, which is basically why it's called Fries Day. But
Fries
yeah,
Day.
yes.
Very clever.
For Sweden though, I mean, like meal-wise or like the meals you eat for dinner, I'm not really fond of most of them. I'm just neutral to them, except for the meatballs, because that's an exception.
They're
Although-
very good, right?
Yes, like especially with the red sauce, it's perfect. But like usually, like the most thing I really like about Swedish food is basically the pastry. Whenever you go to like a bakery, like there's a very high chance that you'll go out happy anyway, no matter what you pick there.
That's true. I'm gonna ask you though. You said red sauce. Is that ketchup?
No,
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 lingonberries, the
Ah,
jam. Yeah.
Right. I was like,
Mm.
because in certain places they actually say red sauce about ketchup, which is also a very strange way to say ketchup. I'm just gonna add. But right, yeah, with the lingonberries, and it's very traditional. I'm still wondering what they eat in as traditional Canadian food. Maybe Tennebree can answer that now that we told him about our traditional Swedish food. So this is also kind of I think it's kind of interesting. I'm not sure if you started in the team just then, Mattia, but you probably heard of it. And I think in April last year there were some tweaks made to the AI, which turned the machines super hostile and gave them like a million buff in aim and all of that. And this question is more, do you know what caused it? And would it be possible to include that kind of insane difficulty level in the future? Would it kind of be possible to replicate it and make a feature out of it? What do you think?
Wait, when did this happen? Like, I don't know, because it's always hard to keep, during the development process, it always happens before and then the release after, so it's kind of, but no, I think there's been, yes, like changes with the difficulties, like certain settings, but usually that's most like design wise, like because we have all the tools, usually like programmers make the tools for designers so they can have free choice on like how to edit all kind of settings, and usually they just can increase like the aim accuracy and whatever, and so at that point it's not my job anymore. Like I make the tools, the system and everything for design, and then it's like this, yeah, design makes the design, I work in it, and then back to design. Yeah, that's usually how it happens. Yeah, so not I haven't touched any like difficulty settings, I think.
All right, we're not gonna
Maybe.
blame you for that insane difficulty. Then it was very. I can tell you, it was very hard. You could be out walking in a field, and all of a sudden, a rocket would hit you from a tank on the across the map somewhere. Would just snipe you insane. A lot of people found that very hard, but we also had a clique who really enjoyed that. That thought it was just perfect. Me, I think it was a little bit too hard. It was, it made it, yeah, very hard to survive. So this question is actually about the mission. So I guess we're gonna ask Amanda that when she's on stream. But we could maybe rephrase it a bit. So we can start. Maybe with Tom, and how much freedom do you get when you kind of create these features and yeah, when you do your kind of daily job, when you work on the game, is it super strict, or will they like, hey Tom, do something cool, and you will just do something really cool?
I think it's a combination of both. Because usually when there are like new features, the designers make like a design document which states something they want, as in like they try to give you their vision. However, they're always open to feedback, and if you think some things are better, like anyone is free to discuss whatever they want. And yes, things change whenever people think that something is better.
All right, and how does it go for you, Mattia? You also have kind of the same frameworks, or you just go crazy on the AI stuff, make the
Nah,
machines.
it depends. Usually, like designers, they make the design document and everything first. They, what kind of machines? It's basically, yeah, what kind of machine I'm gonna be working on, and then from then we just like I also have like obviously my saying in that, like what is possible to do or together all the other like technical animators and artists and all other roles, and we just see what what it's feasible to do, what like, oh maybe this requires too much time, and so yeah, there's definitely like I have a saying in that, but usually I will always trust designers to to make the AI cool and everything. So I'm not usually, I don't have super crazy cool ideas.
Oh, I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would if they would let you loose. I'm sure we would see something extraordinary. Um, so kind of we think we beat through this kind of decent. There's one more AI thing here that we maybe can take a look at, and it's like when you're designing a new enemy AI, is it built from scratch, or would you like take a template from kind of an older machine? How does that work?
I guess that's also fall more like under design, because but yeah, basically what we usually try to do, like every kind of game, every game, like in general, not just Avalanche, but it's to kind of reuse like systems, or like reuse certain abilities or aspects like movements of the other's AI, because it's always a challenge. I saw, like, for example, Rico Jack Coban said, could you add a machine that goes under earth and attacks you? Well, yes, everything it's possible, but the problem is like certain stuff, when it gets like too weird, it's like a machine that's completely different. It gets challenging. It requires also more time, and so what every in every company they usually try to do is to kind of get the same enemy, same AI, but trying to make it in a smart way to make it feel different. So, and in that case, it's faster the process and more updates, which, and also if it's an open world game, it will feel less empty, with more machines. Because you can have like crazy machines, but then if you only have 2 or 3, it's like, is it really worth it? So yeah, you always need a balance, I say, from like weirdness, but that's doable in a certain amount of time.
All right. So talking about games, we've been talking about that we're kind of slid into other games and like games in general. But if we're gonna ask you two, what kind of games do you play? I'm very interested to hear. And kind of where would you get maybe inspiration from stuff?
Usually the kind of games I play depends on the ones I play with my friends. And these days we're kind of into competitive ones.
Yeah, and that would be like Overwatch or PUBG or Counter Strike.
League
Or...
of Legends, we started just playing Rainbow Six again.
all right.
I mean, I like him, but I can also sometimes get toxic, which is not good, but I guess it's part of it.
Yeah, we're very lucky with GC that people are very nice here and usually very friendly. So, but how about you, Mattia? What kind of games do you play? What do you like?
Yeah, depends. Usually to type of games, like multiplayer games with friends. Like, yes, fortunately, League of Legends. Sometimes I play with Tom, but otherwise, I love open world games, and 10K's Avalanche is perfect because, yeah, open world games. Every kind of open world games I like to explore. Single player games, mostly like, and different like I don't know every kind. Just Cause it's really fun. Or Zelda Breath of the Wild, The Witcher. You.
Yeah, all good games.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. And me, I'm gonna say the same. It's like what my friends are playing usually. And for now, that is Destiny mostly, and Generation Zero, of course. Right. So I actually got some more questions. This is also very funny. So our dear friend Elias and the what did he call them? He or them? What's the group called? There's some the Resistance Expo Club. Whatever was that, Elias? Please, I want to hear it. What you were actually called? A big Xbox Generation Zero group, at least. They had also a lot of questions. But they were a bit typical. When can we get new island? When can we get this and that? And we don't really answer that. So I'm not gonna answer that. Because that would be huge spoilers if I would just say, oh, you're gonna get this on that date. It's not very fun. There might have been one or two good questions there that I'm gonna say. Oh, we got Mark in here. Oh my god, Mark and Cheese. That was ages ago. Pontan Gaming, you know it, Markin. So these questions
Yeah, I know,
oh,
and
yeah,
also,
sorry.
yeah, I mean, this kind of questions. One is like usually no companies usually just goes in spoilers what they will make, and second, yeah, unfortunately, sorry, but we are programmers, so usually what there is like in the roadmap it's gonna happen. It's mostly like decided by designers and everything. So we just make more the actual content, but so uh yeah, that's our job.
Exactly. And it's my job to just tell people that their questions are stupid. Uh, yeah, but nah, to be honest, there's no stupid questions, but we really
Yeah.
can't, talk about that.
No, it makes sense. That's the most interesting stuff. Like, I mean, people usually don't. I mean, like, unless somebody also is into game development, like coding or whatever, like they just want to know, more about the game. What's gonna be next? What's gonna happen? And unfortunately, yeah. I mean, I wish I could say what I'm working on, but no. Yeah.
They're gonna have to wait and see. They need to be patient. But it's very fun though that people are so interested in the work, and that they like the game and want more. That of course we really like. So we got a question in chat here that popped up. So do you think that we will see more weapon variety for the machines? It's very unusual that we can retro fit machines, though. I would probably say, but could that be possible? That we want to change the weaponry on a tank or something like that. We could do it then, right?
Yeah. Obviously, like that always. I don't have crazy ideas, but I don't know, like. But obviously, with the tools that we have, with the kind of like weapon system that we have, we can obviously make kind of different kind of weapons. I think we did it like with the tanks, like adding the cluster mines, the sniper, and all that stuff. I didn't work on that stuff. I started working like when a little bit like horde mode, so base assault and the wolf and lynxes. That's and basically what I worked and came out. And yeah.
Ooh, a lot of nice things.
But what was the question again? I forgot.
Oof, yeah, me
I
too.
was
Me
still trying to
too.
read the chat and everything. So,
it is kind of hard to
to
keep track.
multitask. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
I don't know how
is.
you do it while also playing the
Oh,
game.
it's I told you that that I'm not very good at it. That's why I either die all the time or totally ignore chat. You cannot have both.
I think the question was
Yeah.
about different weapons on the machines.
Oh yeah, that was what it was.
No, but definitely, you know, like also I would say the wolf and the lynxes. I mean, they don't really have different weapons, I would say, but they're definitely like they were like challenging to make like itself, not because of the weapon, but you know they're pretty. I would say pretty cool. Also because the wolf was a vehicle and a character at the same time, and that was like pretty challenging and like AI wise and animation wise, because yeah, it worked really closely with like technical animator to try to get all the animations to feel good and you know play correctly, and I really like that working together with other people. But yeah, that was I guess yeah, not different weapons but pretty different machines. I remember seeing like when the wolf transformed for the first time, that was pretty cool, from vehicle to like that spider machine. But definitely new new, new stuff more will will happen. New
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Like I said, we got a pretty nice roadmap. We started to share that a bit with our players that I really like what they've been seeing, and there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff coming for GC. We won't spoil that though. You're gonna have to wait. The best thing I can say about that is stay tuned on our social media pages because there might be information sooner rather than later on what's up. So how's chat doing? I barely had the chance to read chat at all. But I see a lot of stuff. Think we can be confident that there will also be development of the game and more things that we will love. Absolutely, Della. We're not close to being done just yet, and that's also one of the questions. Will there be a Generation Zero 2? Well, no, we're still working on Generation Zero. So I think you're gonna have to wait quite a bit for a sequel. So me, I was chasing this this rival here. I had the chance to take out quite a lot of these small ones, but I do miss my buddy Carney here, helping me kill machines. Oh, sorry people. Jack said, not wanna be set on fire. Oh, my poor throat. Sorry.
Oh no, don't die, man.
I'm gonna die.
It's just the important thing. Don't die in the game. No. You're not dying. No. Oh, fuck.
Ah, jeez.
But yeah, let me chat. Yeah, but like, definitely. What was? Yeah, I cannot. But Soviet machines. Oh, this fuck.
Oh, yeah.
The Soviet machines now are attacking the 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 Phoenix. That was also, I would say, challenging more in like performance way, more like at the end like setting up to attack other machines. That's kind of easy. Just set them, you know, like different, be a different team, and then they will start attacking each other. A little bit of tweakings also they're always needed, but really challenging like to like performance wise. It's a lot of machines have, you know, like a lot of parts on them, like weak parts that you can shoot them off, and those are performance heavy. Those usually are performance heavy, and having a lot of machines fighting each other, more projectiles, more missile, and that's a challenge, and definitely can't wait to work on like, because really haven't worked on optimization, unfortunately, being like now the only AI programmer for now. I got some help now, but for like the whole time since I was here, I was alone and couldn't, working on new features, so I couldn't work on optimization and didn't have time. But definitely looking forward into that, doing a bunch of optimization.
Right. Hey, sorry, I lost my voice for a bit. But yeah, that's very interesting to see. And as I said, it's very, very cool to see the machines engage with each other like that. So thanks for that. Right. Let's see. Can I? Oh, jeez. Can I even talk anymore? What happened? Right. I'm gonna hide in church. We can see what this shut up to. Pontus equals Phoenix, he cannot die. No, but he can barely breathe. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 5 crown pitchfork. Yes, it was very nice to get that. I'm not sure if I had it before. I don't think so. Let's take a quick look. No, I had a 4-1. 4 crown. It's just equipped though. Oh, yes, I had actually 3 pitchforks. Let's drop a little bit. There we go. I still need a 5 crown Magnus though. That's the last thing I need for my collection. So guys, this is a very interesting one. I'm gonna say that we're never gonna do this, but I'd love to hear your take on it, and kind of how you would think that it would fit in the game. So people have been asking about PvP, player versus player, for survivors versus for machines, or just in regular maybe PvP. Do you think that would ever fit into GC? I'm gonna say that no, it will never fit, and we will probably never see that. But I would love to hear your take on it.
Like, even I don't like. I'm gonna give a very short answer, which is basically, even if we wanted to, I don't think we're allowed to because of the age range.
Ah, that's true. It could be such a simple little thing like that because we are PGA 12, I think. And with the age ratings, it's like, oh, you can't have blood, you can't maybe shoot on other people and stuff like that. But if we disregard that, that is a very good one though. I'm always gonna use that if people come to me and want PvP. I'm gonna steal that one.
Because nowadays, when we're working on gameplay features, we always need to keep in mind, can players use this to damage other players? Because that's not always allowed.
That is crazy. I never really thought about that. So yeah, we're never gonna see PvP. We'll never say never, but I think we'll never see it. Like
Not
it's
this, not for this generation zero. But yeah, it's also like I don't know. I guess the multiplayer side wouldn't definitely need a bunch of like servers, actually good um, online system for that. You wanna be if you wanna be PvP, it needs to be really good, like connection, no connection problems and stuff like that.
oh
That's a
yeah,
lot of
all
a
the
lot of work behind that.
sync
Yeah,
stuff.
that's definitely maybe not now.
But like the map is crazy cool though. So like the more you think of it, I'm not sure the kind of battle royale kind of genre is maybe not that relevant anymore. But some kind of PvP would be cool. But I don't think it would ever be seen, as we said. And changing an age rating is very hard, as I understand. Will we get a survival or hardcore mode? I think that all right, we kind of looked into the survival a little bit, or kind of or not really, but with base building and kind of more crafting and stuff like that. But pure survival or hardcore with like no hood and you need to sleep and drink and do all of that, I think is not probably gonna be a thing. To be honest, Killmonger. Anything else fun from chat? Hey, we only got 10 minutes left. You need to pump those questions. Keep it going. Will we be able to replay missions in the future? Now, most of you already know what's up for the next update, unfortunately. But replay missions. What do you guys think about that? Would that be something maybe?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. A lot of the stuff, yeah, would fall more on the designer point of view. What would they think? You know, obviously the players they play the game, they know what would be cool, but that I guess falls, yeah, also under the designer who works on the game. Like, what is I don't know. I don't think never popped up in my mind.
I think a lot of people though would like it if they start a new character, but to have replayable missions like over and over, I think is maybe not that relevant for people. This is a good one though that Kiki Binky said. Like, why are some players play on a later version of the game than most? Yes, Kinky, it's a little bit of an issue that we've had. So it's either if you're on PlayStation, there be some issues with European and American players that they can have different version numbers. So that is hopefully gonna be fixed with the next update. Then we also is a little bit of a crossplay problem, and I think we can just blame Carney for all of this for not doing his job properly. But yeah, if you're on Game Pass for PC, you will have a little bit of a later version than your other Game Pass players or Xbox players, what they have. So we're hopefully gonna address that pretty soon also. But until then, yes, there will be some crossplay issues. There will be some issues for PlayStation, European and American players. But we hope to have it fixed soon. And Carney says he's innocent, but I really don't believe him. We all know that he made this. Need an urban city, big city area like downtown Sweden, but you got Östervik already. Hello. Haven't you seen the big city of Östervik with all these places and houses? And actually it got a big rival also. Ooh, I'm not gonna take that on. Need someone's help for that. It's not gonna have that one. So I think we pulled through everything here. Chat, come on. You got 7 more minutes with these cool, awesome people. Let's hear it.
About a no hurt option, which is something that we've been speaking about as well.
The no HUD, yeah, that would be kind of cool, I guess. A lot of people would, of course, use it for like photo shoots and whatnot, but you will get a lot more immersive, maybe,
Yes.
and of course a little bit harder without maybe the compass and health bar and enemy indicators and stuff. Those you can turn off though, if I'm not wrong. Let's see. Yeah, you can turn off some stuff like the point of interest and
More music, yeah. That definitely. The music, and we have Peter who works on sound effects and VFX. He's so good at making sound effects and VFX. But I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't make music.
Well, maybe we should start. We could fix a band and only do GCT music.
Let's go.
I'm not sure. I could play like the tambourine or something, and I leave the more advanced stuff to you guys. So official loot and damage tables. Don't think we're gonna share that, Mark. All our secrets. But we did talk a little bit about the loot tables before you got here. So maybe if you rewind to like almost the start of the stream, you'll see that. And yeah, Peter is a god when it comes to sound effects and pretty much everything else he does. That is really true. Peter does a lot of cool stuff with with sound. So hopefully we'll also have him here someday. Thanks for mentioning that, Carney. Would like to see more variety in the weather. What kind of variety would that be then? Well, I guess it rains, it snows, there's sunshine. There can also be fog. I don't know about
I mean, you guys haven't been in Sweden. I mean, now it's super sunny because it's summer. Like during summer, sun all day. Winter, no, it's
dark all day.
depressing, dark. It's
Yeah,
cloud.
yeah.
There's no variety. Just dark and gray.
So so this is actually the typical Swedish weather. I can say. So so yeah, you're gonna have to live with that as we do, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess it's more the point of view, like more on the realistic side. So yeah, I don't think there's gonna be any, I don't know, like disasters or anything like that, any catastrophe, like tornadoes. No.
We used to get a lot of feedback about the houses looking very, very similar to each other. Like they would have the same stuff in them and they would look pretty much the same, you know. And that's also very realistic to Sweden. Just the
Yeah.
way it looked. There was IKEA. And every house looked like that. So also very, very realistic.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe stuff like blizzards and storms would be cool, but they would also you need like a data center to process that, which can make it very, very. Someone's shooting at me. Could make it very tough to introduce something that would like grind your computer to 1 FPS. But yes, would be very awesome, and on a wish list, you know, it would absolutely be there.
I guess the sound design questions. Yeah, that we will need Peter one day on the stream.
Yeah, absolutely.
One day. Yeah.
Gonna try that. And talking about more guests, actually, I can say that next week there won't be a stream because I'm gonna be out of the building with my awesome, cool colleagues. And the week after that, we're gonna have normal stream. But then we on the 29th, that is what 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. We're gonna have Greg, our old pal Greg, our narrative dude, and then we're gonna have Amanda, who's a mission designer. So you can kind of stock up on questions for them already. But before you start thinking about that, try to think out a really, really smart and good question for Tom and Mattia before it's time for us to wrap this
I
up.
just want to answer the environment, like hurricanes and stuff like that. That's a huge thing to put in games. Like, and I don't know, don't think it will require a lot of time. Like, also performance-wise, you know, it's big challenge. Don't It's not probably something that's gonna, I don't know, be added. Sorry, but that's
That's
it's a lot
life,
of
you know.
work.
You can't have everything. Really
But
can't have it.
definitely new AI, definitely new stuff. But otherwise, yeah. If I have time, I'm alone. Need the help, reinforcement, please.
So why no furniture store in game? I don't know why we don't have furniture store in game.
An
Do you guys
IKEA,
know?
yeah. I don't know.
It could not be named IKEA, so we need to find.
Yeah,
That's
I
the thing. We
obviously.
cannot find a clever new name for the IKEA stores in games, so that's why I'm sorry, Matthias. I'm very sorry for you. But we'll have to do without. But the houses are starting to look a little bit more flavored up from the early days, at least. Now we got a lot of fun names here. Well, a lot. We got a couple of fun names for an Generation Zero IKEA kind of thing, copy or whatever. IKEA. Maybe we should have a competition about that. I'm not sure what IKEA would say about it, though. Maybe not super happy, but who gives a crap? Anyway. All right, so it's 5. Do we have any last words for my super cool friends that could join me today? Or should we just start to wrap it up? I'll give it a little bit. I'm gonna go hide in this telephone booth. Can I go get in? I can.
How do you say furniture in Swedish?
How you say furniture in Swedish? You say well, just the furniture is möbler. That would be furniture.
Wow,
A furniture store would be möbelbutik. But it could
Möbelbutik.
also,
Perfect.
but you could also, since it could be like interior stuff, not only furniture. It could also be an inredningsbutik. Depending on maybe what exactly they're selling. But the inredningsbutik could have both furniture and kind of candles and crap like that. Um, but yes, the more you know. So möbelbutik, yeah, why not, Aidan? Why not? Pretty clever. So a final thing from our Canadian friend. Thank you so much for doing this Q&A. Super awesome to get real inside look on things. Yes, I absolutely agree. It's very nice that we get a chance to have cool people on that can tell us about all the cool stuff that they are making and doing and thinking of. And also
Oh, what is
kind of
that? Hey. Oh no, I thought it was saying hey, Monica. Oh no, is it copyrighted? Can I sing it? Oh no.
yeah, of course,
Hey,
sing it, say
Monica.
it.
Hey, put the Monica.
You love
Only
that song.
Swedish song that I know.
Yeah.
Uh,
We don't wanna see Mark talk Swedish though. I do not. He's
okay.
but yeah, hey Monica, what the wow! That I'm very impressed, Mattia. You took me a bit
Hey.
with the storm there. We need to have a karaoke night here at the office soon.
Ooh,
I
yeah,
can really tell. Then I know what you're gonna sing.
exactly. That those are the only lyrics that I know in Swedish.
Which is very impressive. Now it's your turn though, Tom. We wanna hear it from you.
I give up on the Swedish name.
Yeah, you
Oh,
don't
here you
have
go.
to. Please don't.
But in the next, come on, next live, next stream, it's gonna.
Yeah, so
It's.
we're
I
gonna
mean,
have a
we can come on another day, one day in the future. Yeah,
and just sing. Yeah, I
and
would
just sing.
love
Yeah.
that. We could have instead of GC, we could play SingStar or something like that. Oh, what a blast! Oof, I don't. Oof, yeah, that would be fun though, but also not fun for poor people. Anyway, it's time to wrap it up. Mattia, Tom, a big thanks you could join. I know everyone was very psyched and happy about that. And me, absolutely. I'm so happy when I have awesome people to join me. So a big thanks from me and from all of chat and everyone who's watching. As I said, next week there will be no stream. Remember that. I don't want to hear any complaints on Thursday that there were no stream because I told you now. So remember that. And well, you all know the drill. I'm not sure that if Mattia and Tom knows the drill. Have you ever heard about it, guys?
No, I'm scared.
So it's don't be scared. It's very nice actually. So just remember to hug your mom, and if she's not here, just give her a call. As it's starting to get very hot outside, so drink a lot of water and lastly, just stay out of trouble, guys. And chat, see you all in 2 weeks. Mattia, Tom, see you very soon, I hope. Until then, take care, everyone.
Hello. See ya.
Bye.
Nice
Thank you
to
for
be here.
having us.